In every life, there is a wind of sorrow and a storm of suffering. But what if the secret to finding shelter isn't what we think it is? This was the world of a young boy named Aryan. His days were woven with hardship, and his heart was heavy with a silent ache. He believed his suffering came from what he lacked: a full stomach, finer clothes, an easier life. It was a weight he carried every single day. He saw joy everywhere except within himself, believing it was a treasure he could not afford. Until one day the weight became too much to bear. He decided he would rather seek an answer than live with the pain. He heard whispers of a wise old monk, Master Zeno, who lived alone and held the key to understanding life's greatest mysteries. With nothing to lose and a sliver of hope to gain, he left his world behind and began to walk. He walked for what felt like an eternity, his tired feet carrying the weight of his hopeful heart, until he found it. And there, bathed in a tranquil silence, was the wise man himself. He seemed as ancient and peaceful as the tree that sheltered him. His voice, small and trembling, broke the silence. "Master," he began, "my life is full of suffering. Please, teach me how to stop it." The old monk did not speak. Instead, with a serene smile, he produced a small, unlit candle and a flint. "Your first lesson is simple," the monk said softly. "Take this flame to the rock at the edge of the cliff, but do not let the wind put it out." Confused but obedient, Aryan began his task. The wind, like the hardships of his life, immediately began to assault the fragile flame, and just like that, the light was gone. He had failed. He returned to the monk, his shoulders slumped in defeat. "The wind is too strong," he said. "It is impossible." "The wind will always blow," the monk replied softly. "That you cannot change, but you can change how you carry the flame. Protect it." He tried again. This time he didn't fight the wind. He sheltered his small light from it, creating a small sanctuary of calm in the midst of the storm. And he succeeded. The flame burned brightly against the vast, windy world. At that moment, Aryan understood. Suffering wasn't the wind itself, but in letting the wind blow out your inner flame of peace and happiness. But the monk's lesson was not over. "You have learned to protect your light," he said. "Now you must learn what to do with it." Inside, the darkness was absolute, but it held a strange potential. Countless unlit candles waited silently in the gloom. "Share your light," the monk's voice echoed from the entrance. Aryan touched his flame to another, and the darkness receded just a little more. He lit another, and another. He noticed his own candle's flame did not shrink by sharing its fire. Instead, its purpose grew stronger with every light it created. Soon, there was no darkness left at all, only a magnificent shared warmth. If this simple story is bringing some light to your day, we invite you to subscribe and join our community for more tales of wisdom. And he finally understood the deepest truth. Happiness is not a treasure to be hoarded, but a flame to be shared. The more you give away, the brighter the world becomes. No more words were needed. Aryan returned to his village, not as a boy who had nothing, but as one who carried an infinite light within him. He no longer saw poverty. He saw opportunities to share. He no longer felt lack. He felt the abundance of his own spirit. His own circumstances had not changed, but by changing his focus from his own suffering to the needs of others, he found his suffering had vanished. He discovered that the warmth he gave to others was reflected back upon him, creating a light brighter than he could ever make alone. For he had learned the greatest secret: stop suffering. You must first protect your own light, and then you must share it with all your heart.